Chapter 3: The Price Field, Structure Without Stability. Price movement does not rely only on mass, chaos, or physics analogies. There exists another layer, a deeper, less discussed phenomenon. The structure that emerges even when no stability exists. This is the paradox of market behavior. Patterns appear in a system that is fundamentally unstable. Order forms inside a field defined by constant disturbance. This chapter explores that phenomenon. 1. The price field, a dynamic landscape. Instead of viewing price as a sequence of candles, imagine it as a field, a surface shaped by forces acting in every direction. The price field is never still. It contracts into tight coils. It stretches into expansions. It forms tension zones. It morphs into pockets of imbalance. It flows around invisible barriers. It reorganizes after shocks. What makes the field unique is this. Price structure doesn't require stability to exist. It only requires pressure. Most traders look for stability before structure. Analysts understand the opposite. Structure emerges specifically because the system is unstable. This is the heart of technical interpretation. 2. Tension zones and structural memory. Even in chaotic environments, systems retain a form of memory. Not literal memory, but residual pressure. Price often reacts at areas where previous tension accumulated. Decisions were compressed. Waves collided. Liquidity thinned. Imbalances remained unresolved. These zones behave like stretches in fabric. Even if the fabric moves, the stretched area remains weaker and more responsive. This structural memory explains why price revisits old zones, why liquidity clusters remain relevant, why failed highs/lows echo forward, why some moves accelerate while others absorb. Nothing magical, simply leftover pressure in the field. 3. Expansion and contraction, the market's breathing pattern. Every living system breathes, expands and contracts. So does the price field. Contraction. When forces compress, price tightens. Not because participants agree, but because opposing pressures temporarily match. Expansion. When compression fails, price rapidly exhales, seeking a state where opposing forces can reorganize. This breathing cycle is visible everywhere. Inside a single candle. In intraday ranges. In swing structures. Even across multi-year cycles. Recognizing the cycle doesn't predict direction. It reveals when the field is preparing to change state. This is the core of state transition analysis. 4. Structural folding, why patterns appear. Patterns in trading books are misunderstood. They are treated as predictive shapes, when in reality they are byproducts of pressure folding. The price field folds when a push is resisted but not rejected. Liquidity distributes unevenly. Energy dissipates in layers. Local imbalances interact. These folds create recognizable outcomes. Flags, wedges, triangles, failed breakouts, reaccumulation zones. But the pattern is never the cause. It is the residue of structural folding. This is why relying on the shape alone is primitive. A true analyst reads the pressure inside the shape. 5. The invisible layer, microstructure flow. When price moves, it leaves behind a trail of microstructures. Absorption wicks, micro double taps, micro failed breaks, boundary tests, liquidity swipes, fractal hesitation points. These tiny formations are not noise. They are microscopic pressure signatures that forecast how the next larger structure will behave. In chaotic systems, small formations often define large outcomes. This is where the analyst separates from the trader. Traders chase outcomes. Analysts read the signatures that produce outcomes. 6. Why this matters. If an analyst confines their view to trends, patterns, and indicators, they miss the field. And the field is where the real information lives. Understanding the price field allows you to see the internal tension of a range, the exhaustion inside a trend, the weakness behind a breakout, the hidden pressure in a pullback, the structural memory that bends future movement. the folding that gives birth to patterns, and the breathing cycle that signals upcoming shifts. This chapter provides the frame needed to analyze price not as a sequence, but as a system of interacting forces. This transforms charts from flat drawings into living landscapes.